I'm having a look quickly just at some films that maybe I should have seen that I ain't seen. But see, like when I'm googling top 100 films, there's just bare old shits. Like,
because there's no new films are good, bruv.
True.
That, bro, Wolf of Wall Street is sensational.
That's Scorsese though. What I'm saying, what you got to do now, this is when you start looking at. We can talk about this, innit?
Yeah, we're in.
Oh, we're in.
Yeah, Stevo's here, everyone.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, man. There's no decent films, bruv.
Huh?
There's no decent films now.
Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street, incredible.
Yep.
Incredible. I can't believe that I left it this long to watch that film. But
How long ago did you watch it?
I watched it about 4 weeks ago. Wow. 4 weeks ago.
And what made you watch it? Because everyone was into stocks and
right.
Yeah.
So that was the reason why I didn't watch it to begin with,
because you weren't into it and you didn't.
I just thought, you know what? Yeah, it's probably going to be a super mathematical film that I'm not going to understand. Do you get what I'm saying? I just thought that they were going to speak a whole different language that I did not know about.
You got to read the synopsis and get deep into it, but you wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't.
You
I'm
would
not
do
a
that
movie
for
don.
music. You would do that for music, though. You know what I mean? You would see who's producing, who's
right.
All of this. You know what I mean?
So see, like CDs. See, like when I would buy a CD or whatever, I would always look at the back and I would read the credits and all those type of things or whatnot. Yeah, and I knew a lot about what to come from the thing. But when it came to movies, bro, I just wasn't like.
So, what about now? Do you do that now? Because I don't do that now with music. Occasionally, with the people that I love.
Yeah.
I love them, so I'm a fan of theirs, so to speak. So I'll go and look into things when I'm a fan of someone.
Yeah.
I know everything about it. I mean, all the information. You know what I mean? So with the people I like, I look. But otherwise, music, because it's coming so fast and so rapid, you're just on the playlist, hearing the singles, adding them to your own playlist or whatever. You're not seeing any information.
Do you listen to albums?
Yeah, I do. Again, of the people that I know are going to give me, I think, a good album.
Right.
I'll go and listen to the album.
Because that's the thing, I think, with some artists, I feel, are not going into the studio thinking I'm going to make a cohesive piece of music, project. No. It's more, I'm just going to make a bunch of songs, put them together or whatever, because I know anyway that people are going to take them, put them in their own playlist or whatever, and as long as it can survive, then I'm good. And I understand that. But I'm still I still fuck with albums and EPs and stuff like that.
Can I go one deeper than that and say,
go on.
I believe people are making songs for TikTok now.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, it's not that deep.
Well, yeah, no, definitely. But there was there was one before that though. What was the thing before? Like
Vine? No.
I don't think they were making them for Vine.
Nah. This TikTok thing's a whole. Obviously, they've done the dances, but now they've gone beyond the dances and they're making the songs with the dances in mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I swear there was a phase where people were making songs for dance.
I know what you're talking about, and I can't think.
I can't remember.
Yeah, man.
I feel like there was something else.
There was.
But with that being said, though, to even go even further back to that, the making songs for dances, dance hall has been doing for a long time.
Yeah, true.
So that's been going on for a long time.
Very true.
But yeah, bro, see for me, bro, I still like when an album comes out or whatever from an artist that I like, I'll still read through a lot of things and I want to know a lot. Like I've been talking a lot about Gets recently, yeah? And he's got a new album coming out. By the time this comes out, the album will already be out. But I'm excited about that, yeah, for a few different reasons. Obviously, we know Gets from long time or whatnot. Secondly, I'm really impressed by his form at the moment, yeah. And obviously, when I realised, okay, cool, he's got an album coming out or whatever, I started to go back. Actually, before I even knew he had an album coming out, I started to go back and listen to like a bunch of his stuff from early on, watch a bunch of his sets or whatever it was, yeah, and then like trace it all the way up to now just to trace the journey, because I feel like there's certain artists that have been around for a long time that you can do that with. So now that he's got this project coming out, I'm fully invested in. I want to know everything about it to the point where, as a stan, I this is like in my interview style with artists and that as well, yeah. I'm saying this now, I know someone's gonna fucking pick this up and go and start doing it in their own things too. But like certain lyrics that they say, like artists like him usually are telling some type of story or giving some type of clue to something. So I'll take what I feel like a bar that they've said and get them to elaborate on it and talk on it, because more time, there's not a line wasted. There's something that meant something to them. And so for me, I don't do this for anyone else. I do it because I'm mad interested in it.
You know what's good with that? I mean, you said that about the interviewing style, and we'll stick with Gets as well. But when it comes to football, remember, I came into the game and my jump from Instagram to the commercial world was through football, because obviously I used to play football, so it's second nature to me, and I love it. I love football. I'm a student of the game, I like to think, right? So when I'm talking to these young footballers or these footballers, I'm asking them questions that I guess people wouldn't usually ask, because I want to know.
Right.
I literally want to know certain things that happened at under 21 tournaments, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I try to do that with the footballers.
Are they, see, when you talk to them about it, are they enthusiastic about talking about it?
Yeah, but I usually again, it's the way you ask, isn't it? You can ask the same question but ask it different, and they'll give you a different answer, you know what I mean, or a different vibe to the answer. But yeah, man, I like to warm them up with my interviews. They used to be very silly, but you would get so much information from it. I thought, but I used to warm them up with like music you're into and things. I used to throw them off and then put the question that I really wanted to ask infuse it in it, you know what I mean? So I used to enjoy it, man.
Did you ever fall out of love with football though? For a moment?
Yeah. This is the thing, mate. When you play it and it becomes your profession, because I became a professional, for some stupid reason, you start thinking, oh, this is a job. And you wake up in the morning and you start thinking of excuses not to go work.
Serious?
But back in the day, I used to cry to my mum to let me out to go and play football. Literally, like, I want to go out, no, it's raining or whatever. And then you end up making it as a job, and then you think of excuses not to go. So for whatever reason, so from when I went into non-league, I really didn't watch football too tough.
Really?
You know what I mean? I didn't, and then it was when I stopped playing altogether, and started getting in with the filthy fella boys, and started getting that banter back with football. I started really loving it again, man.
Yeah. You know what? Staying back on that quickly though, at what point does the job element of it come in? And is it something that someone says to you? Is it a mentality that you are supposed to adopt? Does that make sense? Because when you're a kid, I get it. You're outside, you're doing it for fun, all of these type of things. Boom, you might get scouted and all of that. You're still kind of doing it. You're still doing it for fun. Yeah. But I guess maybe now you're playing with kids that like you don't know, as opposed to playing with kids on your estate and that.
Well, you're getting pulled away. I remember getting pulled away. So you're playing 3-in Wembley or whatever outside, but then you got to go training. So you're having your fun. Then it's like, oh man, and you got to get in the car with your mum on your own, drive all the way. I used to play in West London. I was at QPR these times, so I used to drive all the way up the A406 to West London. My mum used to have the heating up full blast, so it was sweating in this. I'd be in my jacket, to be fair. But it weren't nice, you know what I mean? But
is that cold? Wait, actually, minor details.
Go on.
Is that cold different to the outside playing with my brethren's cold?
Yeah,
it's different, innit,
bro? And this is now getting deeper, like in the sense of, bruv, the mind is a mental, like, it's crazy once you work it out. Because, bruv, like, little kid now, you say to them, bruv, I remember, you would not take your jacket out with you. Your mum would tell you, take a jacket.
What? No way.
No way. Later on, what would happen? You would need your jacket. Your mum would tell you, see, I told you, whatever. That's if your mum did not allow you. My mum used to make me put the jacket on no matter what, you know what I mean? So, but it's crazy because now we know, we're like, bro, man's getting a jacket. Like, what are you talking about? You need a jacket. We're adults now. We know we're going to get cold and you can catch a cold, miss days off work and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. But when you was a kid, you would, bruv, imagine.
I never felt tired. When I was a kid, bro, I'll be honest, I never felt tired.
I think that has something to do with getting older though. Maybe muscles are bigger, more oxygen's getting taken. I don't know.
You say that though, but obviously I don't know. But I see like some of the little youths and that are around me, and they're forever tired, man. I'm like, what the fuck? Different. Listen, I remember one time, sorry to little bro to do this, but I remember one time I had my little brother with me, and like I've gone into Debenhams or whatever to get some socks randomly, So anyway, we've gone in there and we've gone up a flight of steps and then the next flight of steps. But you know, it's one of them things where like, I weren't supposed to go in there. We was going somewhere else and I'm like, oh shit, let me just go in there to go and get something. Yeah. So you do it quick. Boom. Run up the stairs again and then go into the socks thing, yeah? I've looked behind me, yeah? And he's like, stumbled next to me. He leaned on the thing like this and he's like, I said, yo, there's no way, bro. No way. You're tired. Listen, you're... like I started telling him, I'm gonna ring dad, and you're gonna you're gonna run. You know what I mean? But bro, I think maybe that might have to do with the computer thing.
There's the computer thing. There's the food that we're consuming now. Because listen, my dad swears blind that we're all mental because he ate everything everyone's telling you not to eat. He drank everything everyone's telling you not to drink, like the cow's milk and all of this.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? But I have to keep telling him I just believe that things now are different. The same cow's milk that you had ain't the same cow's milk that we
were having.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. You know what I mean? So we've got a lot more information as well now, what they're doing, what they're doing to compete. You know what I mean? You had like 2 or 3 companies selling milk them times or selling butter. Now you've got loads, so you have to compete.
Weren't they on the dietitian thing with you when you was like starting football and that though?
Bro,
like,
you know
when you was at QPR and shit?
Nah, bro, you know what's crazy? Like, bro, imagine now, I don't go gym, never been gym in years. Like, I'm a mesomorph, my brother calls me. Right. It's like a Power Ranger. But yeah, I'm a mesomorph in my muscles. Like, when I train, like, I stay the same. Yeah. So when I was younger, and I really did train and I was doing it every day and playing at the front and whatnot, bro, it was silly. I was the kid that they used to ask for extra ID when we're doing the lineup.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it weren't nice. It weren't nice. I was this size at like 13, bro. It was crazy, bro. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I was lucky that I could eat what I wanted to, and my mum used to cook good, so we used to cook good, but I didn't eat a lot. I didn't eat no veg. I didn't eat no veg until about 4 years ago, bro.
Oh, Spartans!
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, blood. Let me tell you something. What? Carrots and that?
Broccoli.
Oh, I hate broccoli.
Fuck you.
I hate broccoli. That is
horrible.
Disgusting.
And it smells.
Bro, there's one thing like in veg, but broccoli.
Yeah, man. Broccoli, cabbage.
Steamed broccoli, salted.
Dead.
Chat to me.
I'll be honest with you.
Dead.
Sometimes you know what I had? I went, it was in Kansas. Yeah, it was in Kansas, and the NFL took us there, so they were paying. Yes,
nice. I love them.
So we went to a restaurant. Went to a restaurant, man. Got steak, but everything was single. So the veg was single. We got caramel covered carrots. Bro,
what the fuck is that?
Oh my god. Yeah. People listening must know that they're caramel. I'm probably saying it wrong, but they're caramel covered. Everything was caramel covered or had some sort of sugar. Caramelized.
Oh, that's different.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, no.
Ain't it?
What is that?
Am I being stupid now? 'Cause I did not know that.
What is that?
What is caramelized?
It's beautiful though. Sweet.
It's a sweet thing.
Yeah, have a check, bro. It was sweet, man. It was
because when you're telling me, I'm looking at what was it? Broccoli.
Carrots. Yeah.
So now I'm seeing carrots with brown stuff on it. No.
It was just carrots that were. You put the flash on it because these times I filmed it. Put the flash on it and it was gleaming. The steam was coming off. That's what reminded me when he said steamed veg, because I had Hack with me, man. Like Hack, and he was vegan, so he got all veg. But the veg he was bringing out made me think, that looks amazing. All the steam was coming off of it. The long things. Asparagus?
Yes.
Asparagus.
Yeah.
And
That's not bad.
Smell. They make your pee smell though.
Yeah.
Real bad.
It makes your pee smell?
Yeah, real
Serious?
bad. Yeah.
It's also an aphrodisiac, apparently.
Is it?
Serious?
What other things are aphrodisiacs?
Yeah, let me know about that.
Oysters.
Oysters, yeah, I heard oysters are aphrodisiac. I heard that.
Oysters the thing.
Yeah. Bro, you know it's funny.
Oyster.
I only try them type of things when someone else was paying. So let's say, for example, I knew that I like sushi when I DJ'd in Dubai.
Okay.
And the promoter had me.
Sushi's bad.
So the place that I was DJing at, I was DJing at the Palm. What is it called?
Palm Jumeirah.
The Atlantis. That's it. Yeah, it's a boom. Yeah, there's a club called Indulge. But inside there, they've got like a bunch of different restaurants or whatever. And there was one restaurant that had like a buffet, and it's a buffet like you've never seen, bro. I'm telling you, it's got all the food from all over the world in there, and you can eat what you like. So I was like, you know what? True, like they've got me.
Yeah.
I've gone in there on a vibe of today. I'm trying
Everything.
all kinds of shit. Do you get what I'm saying? I started mixing curries with sushi, sushi with flipping noodles. I did all kinds of stuff. But then I realized I really liked, I proper like sushi, which is my thing.
Bro, I have a sushi restaurant.
Oh yeah, shit.
Shut up.
He does.
Yeah.
We can get to that.
Yeah.
Oh.
When we open, you come down and you try it. Apparently, it's nice. I don't eat the sushi. I don't eat sushi.
Why?
I don't like fish. I don't like cold stuff, and I like fish as it goes. There's certain fish I do like that. We do a crazy I want to say trout. I'll say yeah. We got 100 dishes there, man. Over 100. Yeah. So I don't know all the dishes, but sushi. Yeah, people do say it's nice.
I'm gonna get to the restaurant thing a little bit later. But go on, sorry.
If you don't eat sushi, what provoked you to?
Oh, that was going to be a question, but yeah, you can answer it now.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Opportunity. It was an opportunity to.
More of like a market.
Yeah, it was to open, but it's not just sushi. It's all Japanese food.
Right.
It's all Japanese food and that. Yeah, so we do like a extra menu where people that like burgers and chips and that. We do,
Okay.
Like,
What area is it in? Is it
Chingford.
Chingford.
Yeah,
okay.
So sushi. Yeah.
So you know what I want to do mad quick, yeah. Just want to just reminisce it very quick. Just want to go back a little bit. You know this one.
But there's another version. Obviously, with garage, there's always different versions.
Right.
But go on.
I'm gonna go to a tune, yeah. That I know.
Oh, you trying to pull out the garage because you know I love the garage.
Watch this, yeah. Watch this.
Sweet.
Alright. This is probably one of my favourite garage tunes ever in life.
Right. Who's eating all the quavers?
Oh, what? I hate the adverts and
They're
that.
going mad lately with that.
Bro. And the next one.
Oh yeah.
2 adverts in a row, bro.
The ones that keep our lights on, so allow it.
Oh yeah.
Let's work it out. Let's work it out.
See this thing here?
Joy Rider. No.
No.
Don't say Night Rider.
No.
Don't say
Friendly pressure.
Friendly pressure.
You see when you hear this, yeah? Alright, hold on, wait. Actually, for the young bucks here who don't know that, this is a garage tune, yeah? And this was a big garage tune back in the day. You can hear it, actually.
Garage is the best genre ever created.
Proper vibes thing. You see when you hear that, yeah? Where does that take you back to?
Me, wow, bro. Listen, that takes me straight back to my bedroom.
Yeah.
I used to have a little crew called the Dark Side Crew.
Mad.
And what's crazy about my little crew that we had?
Who was you in the crew? What was you?
I was a DJ.
Oh,
DJ
okay.
Rebel. Bad boy DJ.
How many MCs was there in the crew?
So there was Sesto,
Yeah.
Cairo,
Right.
Jigs,
Right.
and Off Key. And it was DJ Rebel and my brethren, Watley, my best friend, DJ Envy.
Right.
And we got to remember these times were 12, 13. I had older brothers that mixed. So yeah, these times were 12, 13, but we're mixing and MCing at a level.
Yes.
That was dumb. I'll have to get some. I've got some tapes. I've got some tapes and CDs, and I'll show you.
You were saying about the funny thing about your crew.
Bro, the funny thing about our crew is that we all ended up. The reason we broke up, we all got signed by football teams. Yeah,
Oh, for real?
Yeah, only Jigs, my cousin, he didn't play football. He was on his MC thing, and Russell, he didn't play football, but he was like a member that used to come every now and then. But the core, 5 of us,
Yeah.
I signed for a team, Watley signed for a team, Chris signed for Tottenham, Sesto signed for Arsenal.
Right.
Yeah, so we had to, me and Jigs.
All around the same sort of time as
Same
well.
time. Yeah, we used to play against each other. We all grew up with each other, all the same year, all best friends, still best friends now.
Oh, so you're still all cool now?
Yeah. So we're always sort of saying, should we do a little power hour? We used to call it power hour. We used to do these little hour tapes. And I used to go mad, sweating. And the best thing about it, and when my mum passed, my brethren, they all said in the comments at the time, they used to love that my mum used to let us while out, bruv. While out.
Do you know how important that was?
So important,
because
bro.
we were making noise.
Yes.
Hella noise.
Yes.
And like, but at the same time we was
In.
doing. Yeah, we was
It was in,
inside.
yes.
We was inside. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, I remember same sort of thing, bro. Mad young, 10, 11 ish, being in a bedroom, and one man had. Sometimes, do you know what? Bare times I don't even know where these decks were coming from. You know that? Like I don't even know. I know my cousin had decks, but sometimes like we'd transfer the deck wherever it was, yeah, and we'd literally just make tapes for time. Literally just make tapes, MC, flipping.
And how difficult was it back then, though, bro? Like, it was different, bro. I meant, like, the mixers were just literally 2 channels and a fader. If
Man
you had
didn't have
mixer,
Technics.
Yeah, oh, bro.
Enough man didn't have Technics. Did you have Technics to start off with?
Listen, no, I had Sound Labs.
Right,
But only
Sound
for a little
Labs.
while. No, but belt drives.
Yeah.
Only for a little while, though. Or there might be direct drives, one or the other, right?
They're belt
drives, right? But I had them for a little while because my brother had 1200s. So we used to mix on that, but then he moved out.
Okay, for those who don't know, by the way, Technics, they're
Yes.
decks, you put the vinyl on them, whatever.
Yes.
Man used to mix on them or whatnot.
So you had the silver
Google
ones
them
though
still.
that were 1200s,
Right.
they're classics. Then you had the 1210s, which were the black
The
ones,
black
right?
ones, yeah.
So I had Sound Labs for a little while, and then there was a DJ called Funky D.
Right.
He used to be on a station called Subjam. Him and Majestic, GTE, all type the crew. This is my old garage crew,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Majestic's still doing his thing now. He's on Kiss.
Honourable shout out to
All right,
Majestic.
my
still.
G, right? So Funky D had these techniques, but Funky, God bless him, he was one of these kids back in the day, and he would get things, and just sell it, get it, sell it, like for cheaper price. What are you doing?
Yeah.
But I was beneficial for one of them things. So the 1210s, bro, all he wanted was a new phone. Yeah.
Serious?
So I had the Nokia.
So was it 3110?
No, it
3210.
was 3210.
3210.
It was the 32.
Is that the change your face phone?
It was a change of face. It was a flat one.
Yeah.
Hang on. What, was that a good phone or something? Was that a good phone?
That was a sick
At
phone.
the time, yeah.
Yeah, what?
Okay, so
That was my first phone, I think. Wait,
Funky
let me-
wanted that. Funky
just
wanted
do that.
that, right?
Yeah.
So I gave him that plus 250 quid, yeah, which I got from my
Oh
pops.
no, this wasn't my phone, by the way. Go on,
And I
sorry.
got Technic 1210s. But guess what? I've still got them. They're the decks I've still
No
got now.
way.
Yeah, bro. Get them serviced. They run smooth, beautiful. Yeah, man.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Still,
so I still got them 250
history.
quid plus a phone which was probably worth about, I don't know, 150, 200 quid.
Mad.
Yeah, man. So
Did you do the under 18s and that? Did you go?
yeah, bro. We done the under 18s. We was going up to Tilbury.
Wow, I
So
don't
them
even know
times
what
there,
that is.
Tilbury's Essex, deep Essex, and very racist at the time. I don't know
Right.
what it's like now. Couldn't tell you, but them times there, we had to run out because we're getting bottled, like
Right.
bottles chucked at us, all of that. But it was amazing. We were running because we just smashed up the set,
Right.
smashed it up. All the girls were loving us.
Yeah.
But my cousin Jigs, he was the gangster of the crew. We're all like just normal lads, bro,
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
football, all of that.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
like the one gangster of the crew, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he's
yeah.
always screw faced, this, that, and the other. But he loved gal.
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
the
yeah.
gangster, but he was a gallist.
Right.
He had big chains, slits in his eyebrow. All
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one there,
yeah.
right?
I hate that. But I had night tick in my eyebrow.
What?
Yeah, I know it's mad.
Did you do that?
I did the night tick in it. Yeah.
Was you a gallist?
Nah, not really. Like
I was.
in school, I wasn't the get the girl kind of thing. I'm gonna keep it funky. Like the girls that I kind of liked in school didn't check for me like that. Really, do you get what I'm saying? But because I was popular in school, they checked for me like that.
Okay,
but I
yeah,
wasn't
it matters.
like I was super popular in school, but I wasn't like I weren't lip syncing and doing all of that stuff until I touched the microphone. Because there was like a
Was you MC?
yes, I was an MC. Yeah. I was the MC. Yeah. So like, yeah, I got hella bro. There's
Garage
a
MC.
yeah. So like okay.
Stroke
it's
host.
funny because there's a video that keeps coming, and I know that now we're having this conversation, it's gonna come up again. Yeah. But I MC'd at Garage Fever in Alexandria Palace. Yeah.
Yes.
And I was on the stage with Wiley. So every once in a while, someone finds it and is like, "Rah, what man was them?" And then it goes round for a little piece or whatever. But I'll tell you like a little bit about it actually. Yeah. So I remember like being like crazy young. Yeah. And my someone in my crew, I used to have a crew called Fatal Attraction. Yeah. And it was me, Cheeky, Carty, and Marky. Cheeky, Chuckie, Carty, Marky. Yeah. So anyway, now. Carty used to always go to this under 18s, but firstly, I didn't think my mum was ever going to let me because I was mad young at the time. Yeah. And then like, he used to always say, "Oh, you need to come. And we just wasn't like, we weren't on it, but if I'm being honest, I wasn't on it because I was just trying to be cool with everyone else. You know, like man was like, nah, I ain't going there. I'm not going there. And he was going and I was like, I'm not going in it. But one day I just thought, you know what, I want to go. And like I heard like tapes of EZ and stuff like that. So I used to get these tapes, yeah, which you might know of, like where EZ or Heartless Crew used to be like flipping Coliseum or some shit like that. And I used to think, fuck man, I wonder what that's like. Yeah, so, and you hear the crowd and all of that, yeah. So then Mom, I've asked my mum let me go or whatever. I remember queuing, I remember it was £7. I remember going in there, yeah. And then like everyone around me was dancing and shit, yeah. And then EZ's come on and like he's murking. Then there was an MC that used to MC there called MC Orgasm. Yeah, funny enough, right? And I know it's mad when you think about it. I know, big under 18s, you know. And I said to her, I goes to her like, I MC. Can I MC? Then she was like, yeah, come. Bro, I swear to God, that day there changed a big element of my life at that time.
In what way?
Because I took the microphone, yeah, I started MCing, everyone's going nuts or whatever, yeah. And I'm like, oh shit, this is sick. So I'm saying, I only had a couple of lyrics. So I'm like saying the lyrics over and over, but more time, you're just hosting and that as well. Do you get what I'm saying, yeah?
Come on.
But from then I said, I'm going back there every week, bro. Like any time that it was on, I was going there all of the time. And through there, that's how I met Mega Man. That's how I met bare people from there. And like, and built relationships with people and whatever. And got a little popular in my area and that. But
and you nearly didn't go.
Huh?
And you nearly didn't go.
And I nearly didn't go, bro.
My one that everyone used to go to, it was called The Ball. And the one I went to was the Camden Palais Ball. And it was under 18s and they used to come and pick you up from a certain spot with a coach. Take you, so you paid for the coach, you paid for the entry, all on one ticket, right? And I remember going to the Camden Palais Ball, and we done this competition to see who could kiss as many girls. I kissed 22 girls, you know.
Oh my God,
I don't know how.
Do you know what's mad? Do you know what's mad, bro? I used to hear that like in school all the time, where man, like there was a brother called I can't remember his name, but they used to always come back and say, yeah, lips 10. Like,
yeah, what it is.
So what used to like that used to happen, yeah,
bro. I used to go like, I don't know, I can't even remember. I used to go like, yo, you're right. Like, can I get a kiss, yeah? With my big gap and big forehead these times, bro.
And they just say yeah.
And they say yeah, and then you go like, and then they'd be like,
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, why did we do that? Why did we kiss like that back in the day?
Are you learning?
Anyway, washing machine thing, and then you go, all right, cool. Then you do that, you go, cool.
Oh yeah,
you go. As you're walking, your hand like you go, see you later, yeah. See you after, innit? Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
bro, I'm sick.
What did that do? What did that do for your confidence?
Bruv, I'll be honest with you. When I was younger, it's weird. I was the most confident person.
Right.
But I wasn't, because I suffered with nerves. When it really came to, okay, show us what you got. In the sense of, you're meant to be good at this, now show us. That's when I'll be like, oh, okay, I'm meant to be good. I now have to really be good. Yeah. Where before, where it's like, anytime when people don't expect it, like, rah, you can do that. Like, you can do that. And it's like, yeah, man, of course, man. Yeah, I'm sick. Until it was time to be sick. I'm standing on the running line or whatever it may be, the football pitch. Man, used to get crazy butterflies. So yeah, again, like we was talking about when you used to run outside and it was cold and you didn't care when you was a kid. All of this stuff's all mental. And it's not until I've got older where I understand, like, bloody hell, that's why I didn't make it. Right. Not because of that coach. It was because of a mental block or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So for confidence, I was confident anyway. So lips in 22 girls, getting turned away by 22. Right. Didn't do nothing for me, boy. Man,
okay. So I weren't confident like that until, actually, because I just missed the part. I remember this girl, she come over to me, yeah, and she was like, I fancy you, yeah. This was outside the under 18s thing. And I remember looking at her thinking, what? Me? And she was all right as well, you know. So I'm like, okay. I don't even remember what I said to her. Then she just kissed me. So we're standing outside, lips in, yeah. And bare people have kind of rushed over, like, whoa, what's going on here? Bro, that felt like sex to me.
Mad, isn't it?
What? I was so gassed, bro. And then she was my girl. Like, she was like then she ended up being my girl for a couple months, which felt like a big, long time.
That was a long time.
It was a long time. And then I remember, bro, I dumped her at when she was at Chesterton or some shit like that.
Dumping.
Yeah, bro, I dumped her. Do you get what I'm saying?
Sounds so horrible, but
But
that's
it does, innit?
Yeah.
I know. Nah, that's what you called it. Dump.
Exactly.
I know, I just
What, have we changed the name of that because of political correctness? Think about it, because if someone said, if someone came on Twitter, because don't forget, Twitter wasn't around those times, you would have gone on there and said, guess what,
I dumped that thing.
dumped her, or she's frigid. We
Oh,
don't say none of that
frigid.
anymore. That was a word back in the day.
Do you know about them words, Callum?
Bruv, yes. That was universal.
Okay, I'm just.
If it was a black word.
No,
Oh, you mean time-wise?
Time-wise,
Okay. Yeah, frigid, bro. Boys used to call girls frigid and all of that. I was too on to football, to be honest with you, these times. But man, it was
I wasn't confident
times.
enough to stick it on anyone for me to tell them that they were frigid anyway. That wasn't my bro. I was so honestly, even with that, I was so focused on music, that nothing else really mattered to me at the time. Nothing. I just wanted to go to under 18s. I just wanted a microphone. I wanted to just try and get records. I just wanted to just be so involved in it. Hence why when we were talking about films and stuff like that, I just wasn't really watching it.
You just said something there. Records.
Yeah.
Record shopping.
Brother.
Was the greatest thing ever. And sometimes you can only go there, and sometimes they do this thing where they put a tune and then they make it like £15.
Yes.
Like, but they have one side on it. Like, you've gone there maybe with like, I don't know, 24 quid, and you think you're going to get maybe like 4 tunes or something like that.
You might only be able to get you might be able to get one record and maybe 1 7-inch vinyl. You might be able to get that, bro. We didn't have money like that, and obviously I was super young too. So when I learned about Dub Vendor in Labrick Grove, I'd get the bus there, and I remembered I'd only have like £10 or something like that, and I'll go in there and I'll just try to find one record that like I'm proper, and then how they would run it as well, is that, see, like with dancehall music, a lot of it was
all that then times there,
Huh?
You was into that,
because my dad was a DJ,
okay,
too, so that's how I like was into dancehall music and stuff. And my dad was a DJ, loves reggae music. My mum loves reggae music, but she was a soul head. And I think like in their generation, you was either one or the two. You was either like the reggae person or the soul head. You know what I mean? But then like, what they would do is now, with the 7-inch, which was like mainly what came with dancehall music, the Redman, who was the guy who used to run the shop, he'd play like a tune. So for people who don't know,
there and ask you one thing about Redman.
Go on.
Did he have red skin?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
that couldn't be happening now, by the way.
Oh shit. That was his name, though. That was...
Carry on. We were so wicked with it. Yellow man, red man. Like, it was
I didn't.
crazy.
Yeah, that I learned that. Yeah. So anyway, now with dancehall music, for those who don't know, you have like a rhythm track, and then you might have 10 pieces on that song. So it's like an instrumental. Then you'll have like a bunch of different artists have with their versions of it. So me having £10, I can only, and it might be £7 or £5 or £6. I can only get one. So I'm waiting for him to play me like the Elephant Man. You know what I'm saying? Or the Bounty Killer. Just what? So I can just get the main one, bro. And that's what it was like. Otherwise, if you had the piece, you could stand up there, you just put your hand up like that, then you'd put your one to the side and all these type of things. But
you're a few years younger than me then.
I think I'm maybe a couple of years.
Because my time, obviously, I'm going for garage music, man. And we used to have this record shop. So there was one in Enfield called UDM. DJ Ride used to work there, and DJ Ride had a couple of decent tunes up.
DJ?
No, that's Big Ride.
Big Ride.
This is DJ Ride, the garage bar-led white guy.
Okay.
DJ Ride used to be there, but they used to do the Rewind magazine. That was another thing why I used to love going there, because I used to be able to pick up the Rewind magazine, and that was like, I guess, urban. The urban news, but it was brought to you in a way that only pop shit was brought to you, you know what I mean? So it was amazing to get that and to read through it and see the man them in there and all of that. You know what I mean? And that was for years, bro. But UDM, then Rhythm Division.
I heard of Rhythm Division,
that's in Walthamstow.
Black Market Records.
Black Market, Oxford Street, up that way.
You know, we used to, me and my brethren used to go to Black Market Records, and we used to stand outside there.
Because you'd see bare DJs,
yeah, waiting to see DJs and that. But you know what the thing was? Obviously, back then, there wasn't flipping Instagram and that. So I didn't know what anyone looked like. Bruv, I didn't know what flipping Fonty looked like. I didn't know what Mighty Mo looked like. I didn't know until I got to, until like they would come to the under 18s.
Yeah.
So when they would come there, then I'd be like, oh yeah, look, boom, that's my... I remember meeting flipping, and this was like before me, but I knew the significance of this Don, and it was Skibbity. Yeah.
Wow.
And I remember being at under 18s, right? And like no one was really listening to jungle like that. But he, like, him and Nicky Black Market had done a set or whatnot, yeah? And I just remember thinking, even though no one's interested in it, yeah? I just knew, like,
this is,
where I came from, and, like, some of my elders and shit like that loved this guy.
That's mad.
And all I knew is, I'm standing next to Skibbity. That's like a ledge, bro.
You see them moments there? That's a weird feeling when only you know how sick this person is.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I've been to festivals where, like, I've gone, but it's maybe with the wrong type of person, but I've got over to maybe the house section,
right?
But it ain't a house festival.
No.
But so this is the little cutaway section,
Yeah.
and you're there and you're like, bro, don't you know who this is, bruv? This is Kerry Chandler.
Yeah,
but it's just
yeah,
like
yeah.
only like about 5 people there. It's like, bro, like crazy, you know what I mean? But that is still sick. I'm the person that stands there,
right,
and watches.
And I love when I see like younger fans of music doing stuff like that, because I see that sometimes. Like I've seen, you know, I've traveled a lot with an artist called Jay Prince, yeah, and like he's got like a fan base that is like, it's very niche, but they love him, bro. And like with him, you notice that like sometimes when you go certain places with him, people are like, it's. Not only can they not believe that they're seeing him, but it's almost like they're brethren in that as well. This is, you need to know about this guy. And I love that, because it's like, I know what that feeling is like. I know what it is like when you're into someone and, you know, that music might play a big part of your life, because you might be listening to it every morning, you might listen to it in a gym or whatever it may be, and not much people are listening to that particular person, but then you see them and it means everything to you.
You know what I hate about that? Why hasn't the brethren saying, don't you know who this is? Why haven't you brought him in?
From time.
Aye.
But
Why haven't you brought him
they
in?
do though. Sometimes they do.
And they don't listen, innit?
Yeah. Sometimes it is like, bro, this is the guy I was telling you about, bro.
It's true.
You get what I'm saying?
It's true. There's a lot
but
of that,
that's why sometimes, you know, with artists and with some of them, sometimes you need to take your brethren to the live show. Sometimes you got to do that. I could sit here and tell you how sick Shaka is. I could do that. I've done it a million times over. Go to the live show.
What's even crazier?
Brother.
Yeah.
You when you step in, it feels like you feel like you are in a tribe, yeah, of like, there's a bunch of people in here that have grown with this artist, that really love him, and bro, it's, you could say that, I know that a lot of people could feel like they could say that about anyone, but it's just different, bro.
Nah, they couldn't. Again, I know this feeling because I like to find people early, and I like to find people that have cult followings that not a lot of people know about. I believe that's sort of like my Spartan following.
Yeah.
So I love that. So I know until you sometimes see someone perform, or you see someone's analytics, you don't even know someone's analytics until you work with them.
Definitely.
I get it, and a lot of people don't, man. But sometimes that's the beautiful thing, and it's only ego that makes you want the rest, because you already got what you need. I done a whole story on my Snapchat, on my Insta story the other day, talking about, like, people always say, what's next? Like, what's next, man?
Let's talk about that.
The pilot, the show,
Let's talk about
this, that, and that, right? And for me, what's next is, okay, I've dipped my foot there. I mean, I've dipped my foot there. We've been speaking about it heavily recently. And it's like, you know what? I preferred it 3 years ago.
Right.
Why did I prefer it 3 years ago? Because I had less numbers, and I could feel and touch the Spartans and my supporters, and interact with them more. And it weren't just a superficial thank you and like, I appreciate you, because I do, and I mean that. But I used to be able to say, I appreciate you, like, what you up to? Like, I used to check their stories, and that's how it used to be, you know what I mean? So and for me, I lost something in by gaining the stuff that everyone else thinks is great, the brand deals, all of this, it's all great, and it pays.
Why do you think that is?
Well, because it's work, bro. It's like, even today I've been doing something for Disney. Like, it's taken me, like, because we're now at the stage now where the brands say, okay, like, this is what we want. These are deliverables. Shoot it, send it back for us to see. You know what I mean? So I do a couple hours shooting, then you edit in. You know what I mean? So that time there was spent me laying in my bed interacting with my Spartans. Like, I've actually got real jobs now. Tomorrow I got another job. Then I got a Skype meeting after that. You know what I mean? Then I got to go to the restaurant. These are all now things that I'm doing, and they're all proactive and they're great, but I'm not being able to interact. But there's a lot of stuff that I was doing that was for me to get more followers or more supporters.
So would you say that like do you feel like you felt more free?
Back in the day?
That time.
3 years ago. Yeah, but it's a different space. Don't get that twisted. I know it's a different space, and bro, videos, if people really wanted to scroll back on my videos, there's many things you could... In fact, someone tried to cancel me the other day. Said they're going to the papers. They sent a video that they chopped down, and it was a video of me, and I had this little kid up by the neck, and I'm choking him. It looked bad, boy. The 10 seconds that she clipped, it looked crazy.
It's out of context.
But when you know and you get the full video, which luckily I had, and I got the full video, then you see it was me, and it was the time when Cat Williams got beat up by the 11-year-old.
Right, yeah.
So I've gone to a football pitch where there's loads of little kids, and I always used to cuss them and all of that and film them on my Snap, and I've told them, remember, I set things up and I do little things and it's mock. So I said to them, like, I'm going to come up to you. I want you lot to say, yo, what? And then next thing you know, I'm running away.
Right.
So at the end of the video, you see me bottling it from these little kids, but she's just clipped the middle of it where I've got the little kid, and it does look mad if you clip it, saying, oh, this is terrible. He's gone outside a kid's school, which it wasn't. It was over... Tottenham, you know what I mean? It was in Tottenham at one of the AstroTurfs.
Give you this, by the way.
Thank you, my G. Mouth is getting a bit parched.
Go on.
You know what I mean? But like, if you really wanted to do that, you could go back and it'd be a madness. But I didn't take nothing. I know a lot of people went through their stuff and took things down, but the thing with me, when I was doing what I was doing, I was, what's the word? Unapologetic.
Right.
And I was like, this is me. I come from the gutter.
Yeah.
I done what I used to do, but you're here with me on this journey as I'm trying to learn. You know what I mean? I'm trying to read the dictionary. I tell them I'm trying to improve my speech and all of this. You know what I mean? So I'm showing I'm trying to improve as a human.
But I would always say, though, anyway, just do it naturally and do it in your own time and do it because you want to do it. Don't do it because... Never do these things because you feel like this is what people should expect from you. Because ultimately, the reality is, you're in a line of work where people are going to like you for what it is that you do, and people are going to not like you for what you do.
Yeah.
And both is okay.
Yeah.
Both is actually fine. Like, both, people liking you is great. People not liking you is fine. If everyone liked what you did, then it would be a problem. There'd be an issue. 100%. But ultimately, we are all living. We all have our own journeys, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Right now, I'm a fiend for information and trying to learn and understand things or whatever. Yeah. But you know what? Like, there's certain things that sometimes I feel like, oh shit, man, I should have known this, man. I should know that. Do you get what I'm saying? Sometimes we'll be having certain conversations or whatever. And then Callum might say it, and I think, fuck, I should have known that. But at the same time, one thing I understand, for me is that, like, even if I would have went and tried to learn those things back in the day, I just wasn't ready for it. Yeah, 100%. I wouldn't, like, now, I could go to university now. I could go now and study psychology because I'm genuinely interested in it. But I wouldn't have been able to do it at 20. I would have left. Yeah, do you get 100%. What I'm saying? So I think the beauty in growth is you doing it yourself.
That's it. I was just going to come back to that. So yeah, my thing and me wanting to change, me wanting to, as I say, learn bigger words and things like this, is just, I've got a bit older. Yeah. Like things I used to laugh at 3 years ago. You got to remember, I came up, part of my come up was me being a bit of a public nuisance. You know what I mean? And I was too old to be doing public nuisance shit. I'm like, these times 30 blood. Yeah.
But who says? Wait, but who says though?
I say that's me, my opinion.
All right,
I believe that them times. Listen, I was running around Enfield Town in a Wolverine costume, my balls out, bro. Don't listen. I'm StevoTheMadman for a reason, so I'm always gonna be that. But there's just certain things now that I done back then. I look back and I'm like, raw. But I've left it there because it was back then. It says 2014 on it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I love the fact that you can see the growth. You know what I mean? But with me, you can still see the same. I like to think, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, it was definitely growth, and it wasn't people telling me to change and all that. I had that from the start, bro. Listen, man, one of my biggest stories, and I love it, and this will be in my book and tell my grandkids, it's about my headboard. Headboard, bro. My headboard on my bed is mash up. Yeah, and it comes from me always on my bed. Yeah, I watch always in my TV. I let Emma go in the front room. I'm in the bedroom on my phone, and these hats rubbing on it. Yeah, Emma will tell you it's my tough head. Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, I don't know why she tries to act black and say it's your tough head. Yeah, don't do that. You're not black. Yeah, you're not black. Her friends used to do that. Emma, you're like the black girl. And yeah, no, you're not. Yeah, Cockney as you come, Emma. But anyway, the hat. So it's mash up, right? Now, I had a choice. When I'm doing my snaps, because I used to do a thing called pillow talk. So it's just me didn't want to get out of bed. I'll tell stories and do little jokes, right? Pillow talk. I could have done it on that side of my bed. Right. But I chose to stay on this side where the mash up bed was because I was cool with it, bro. Yeah. But people used to cuss me every day. Cuss. So I made a point of staying there. Even when people were offering me beds, offering me to do bespoke headboard. Oh, we can fix that for you, Stevo. No. I was like, nah, man, I'm all right, man. Because when I move, I'm going to buy a sick bed. Right. In fact, I'm getting the sickest bed, bespoke now, made. When you're all of that, bruv. Trust me, right? So, point is... growth. Yeah, man.
Are you misunderstood?
On purpose. On purpose, yeah. They think I'm dumb. My kids are bad, whatever. I don't care. It's what I portray, man. Half the time I'm talking about Emma's crackhead uncle, whatever. I want you to believe the story. So the point is, like, I have to sometimes sit and get criticised when I know the thing they're watching is not true. Right. I didn't really get Emma in a headlock when she owed me a £5 for the school run money.
But some people, but now it's like where we're at now is people want to be upset. People want to be upset.
Yes, bro.
They choose to be upset. And do you know what the thing is, yeah? There's an element of it where sometimes I think, you know what, like, an element of it, I'm like, I rate some of you lot, you know? Because you lot don't take shit. You lot are on your thing, bro. But sometimes I'm like, yo, I feel like you need to be able to work out what fight needs the fight. Like, what things need the energy. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Not everything needs the same energy. Yeah. Sometimes there's certain things that you can see that maybe you didn't like that you could just pass by. Do you get what I'm saying? But that's just where we're at. Do you get what I'm saying? And if you overstand that and you know that this is part of the thing or whatever, then you can deal with that. Because it's like, you know what?
When I didn't understand that, it was pain for my head. I used to argue and fight trolls and DM them my address. And
what really? At what point did you? Which era did you not understand that? Like, and talk about it in either years or time period. Like, where do you feel like it was the most hardest for you to deal with that?
Let's go back to 2015. Yeah. Right when I'm getting decent numbers, quite high numbers, my Snapchat was. So I'm walking around, I'm noticed, but I'm still working in my van. Yeah, I'm still working in my van. And so you felt famous. Trust me, you felt famous because even when you had 300 views on your Snapchat and it was open and, I don't know, 100 people messaged you, it was crazy. Like, whoa. But imagine when it got to thousands, right? Man felt like, whoa, like, I should be earning money. Yeah? I should be earning money now, but I wasn't, right? But that aside, you're now getting treated like a famous person in the sense that things you say, they're like, you can't say that. You're a role model. You're this, you're that. Around that time there, when I weren't getting no money, but I'm getting judged, it was incredibly hard, bro. It was incredibly hard, and I wanted to stop. Remember, my Spartans would tell you, the Spartans listening, I used to come on there and I used to be like, nearly in tears, like, you lot don't pay me. Like, I'm just here, I'm a normal guy. That's where I'm just a normal geezer. That's why I started playing on that. I used to let people know I'm just a normal geezer. That's the whole where it come from, because you lot wanted the real. I was giving you an insight of what people wouldn't, the swearing in front of kids, like, this is what really happens around where I come from, you know what I mean? So I was giving you that insight, so allow me to make these mistakes, you know what I mean? That's how I used to feel, and that was back then. Now I get it. They're not allowing shit and all of that, and it is what it is, man. I'm going to get my money, you know what I mean? And look after my family, and still try and give my Spartans, because that's what matters, and this is where it all started from. I'm telling you that I understand now that I've got my true 1,000 supporters there.
Mm.
I just need to go and find them and give them the energy. Instead of stop wasting energy on people that ain't true supporters and all of that. Go and really give your energy to your core, the people that have took me from my van to my new home. Go and give it to them because they're still there. But we just started a new show and 245,000 subscribers in 4 months.
That's crazy.
They're there. You know what I mean?
That's
so
crazy.
I just ain't seeing them because I'm working and I'm not interacting as much. Although I have been the last through lockdown.
And through lockdown as well.
I've been
Obviously, like your thing would have grown even more so, but because we can't be at like, you know, like you feel it on the phone, but sometimes you feel it when you're outside.
Man,
you know, when you go Oxford Street and it's like, you get what I'm saying? I've been with you when those things have happened. It's a different type of energy.
Man. Man, listen, my come up, the way it's been and it's going, it's been extraordinary. I just love that. I love that I was able at a time to have my Snap just fully open. Spartans used to turn up at my house and things like that. It was like, these were the times. It was beautiful. I used to go to car parks and sell my hats, and I used to go one up because I would never think of doing it now. I would never think of it because the world's so toxic and jealous now and all of that. Not just of me, just of your neighbour, all of it, right? But back then, it was a beautiful time. And as I say, I was interacting with my Spartans. Some of my Spartans have become good friends, business partners. Like, imagine this is...
That's dope.
Yeah, bro, like the guy that I got the franchise from, Ziggy, like, he's like my brother now. And he just messaged one day, like in 2016, and said, look, bro, like, I travel a lot around the world, like he's here, there, everywhere. So I get to like be on my phone and I watch you a lot, and I just wanted to
love that.
Yeah, send you some love, and not only send you love, I've got a box at Manchester United.
Right.
I'm gonna send my driver down to pick you up,
Yeah.
and take you and a guest up there. And he done that. He put out the works, and after that, we became friends, and like, man, he's took me to Dubai.
Sick.
I brought Yardi and Hat with me. Yeah, bro, like this guy. And then from that, it become serious. It was like, okay, like you showed me what you would do for me just because you appreciated me.
Right.
Like,
and so he was a Spartan, like just a brother that you
yeah,
saw.
man, yeah.
That's incredible.
And now he's my brethren, my brother,
Yeah.
like family friend. And as I say, I got a business with him. And this is just come from me doing what I would never do. Because where I come from before, you didn't show no one nothing. Nothing. You didn't make friends, like no new friends. Remember Drake made the song.
Yeah, no new friends.
No new friends. He was all screaming that. Yeah. And I'm out here, Snap open, talking to strangers from Venezuela, all of that. And it was just the greatest time. And I weren't even getting paid a lot of money. I was just getting enough, just like it became like I quit my job. Big up Tigo, gave me my first job with JD.
Honourable shout out. Tigo's coming on the couch.
Man. Yeah, definitely. I
Tigo's
don't know if he will.
No, he will. I spoke to him. Yeah.
He likes to be. Woo, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that. But Tigo gave me my first job with JD through Rewind Productions, and it weren't a lot of money, but it was enough that I could quit my job and try and pursue this properly. You know what I mean? So
did you not? Because I'm sure you've spoken about this a few times. There's a couple other directions I want to go in anyway. But like, you see, when you was building the Spartans, did you know, like over a period of time that, or was you conscious of the fact that like I need to try to turn this into a business somehow, or was you just riding the wave until something came?
Nah, mate. It's funny because like some of my old tweets was on UK Gossip, and people criticised me because in 2015 I'm messaging Adidas telling them like, you should send me clothes, you should sponsor me.
Right.
Because
why was people criticising?
Because you're like, you're entitled, look at him begging and all of this. That's what they were saying, right? But bearing in mind, the reason that the tweet popped back up is because I revisited that tweet saying, man now works for Adidas, man does this, man, all these brands that told me no and sent me to customer service, I'm now working for them, so stick at it. That was the message.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your time is your time. I was too early. I was trying to get Adidas sponsors when I was working in the van.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I was just so confident because my Spartans and my little Snap world I was in gave me so much confidence, like that I believed that I really should have had a TV show and I should have been this and that. And they made me believe that up until just a minute ago, before I come in this room, there was another tweet saying, bro, you need a TV show. They've always made me believe that. And I believed it even when, again, it was before my time. I should never have been asking Adidas for sponsors. I was tweeting them, telling them I get more views than your athletes that you sponsor and all of that. I didn't understand the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't understand the game. And again, it was just like, it wasn't my time, but I was trying. I was trying. So to answer your question, bro.
Yeah, so that's essentially what it is. Essentially what that is it might be a tad saucy and that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But there was like, you had ambition, innit?
Bro, I knew at the time when I done that 2015, I'm getting 200,000 views on my Snapchat. I remember people used to say get 100,000 views on Grime Daily and pull it up and say 100,000 views in a week. I was getting that every 24 hours, 200,000, yeah? Them times. Sometimes it would go up to 600,000 when I'm doing
a madness.
The stories, I was beast for 3 years, no days off. Yeah, no one could match my work rate back then. No pay, right? So these times, my numbers, I'm getting stupid numbers on Snap, yeah? I know these numbers for a brand, but we just didn't know how to, I don't know, translate it at the time. Now I know what, bruv, my analytics, all of that, that's how I make money now, you know what I mean? But
are you so, because there's a deal with them, right?
With the Snapchat?
Yeah.
My deal,
are they looking?
My deal is with the production company.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because because I know that there was all them type of conversations with like Khaled and that, for example, who may have like had some type of deal with them and whatever. But anyway, maybe we'll talk a little bit about that a little later. But yeah, like, bro,
did I know it would be a business? Did I know it would be a business? Yeah,
did you know it would be? Yeah, did you end up knowing that it was going to be a business?
Oh, I tried to sell hats. Again, this is what I was getting at. I tried to sell hats from like 2014. I put my face on a hat, and you know what I mean.
That's funny though, but that's branding.
I put my face on that hat, bro. I sold the 125 that I made. Took me a little bit of time. I thought I'd sell them overnight. Because when you pull it up and say, who would buy these?
Everyone says, yeah, me.
Again, right?
Then when you say, yeah, boom, 25 buff.
Okay. It all changes, right? So I sold them over time, and then I had this little slogan at the time, funny gets fanny. Because Roger Rabbit, for me, is the pinnacle of banter getting the greatest girl ever. You know what I mean?
Panani.
Right? Yeah. So he got Jessica Rabbit, right? Beautiful. In the cartoon sense, yeah?
Yes, of course.
And Betty Boo, if you're into that. Anyway, Roger Rabbit. So I had this thing, funny gets fanny, right? So I was selling hats of that, and I started doing merch, and any story I would do, the next day, because I had this guy that would print, if the story done well, I'd go and make t-shirts, wear this big cartel, or whatever it was, and we'd sell the t-shirts next day. You might only sell 14, but it was a quick, like, if you're making a tenner on a t-shirt or whatever, 5, it was a quick 50, 100 quid or whatever, right? So them times there, but then I stopped, focused more on just content instead of doing, because it was hassle. And the funny gets fanny got flagged, because obviously I didn't have no license for Roger Rabbit.
Of course. Okay. Yeah.
So that got flagged. So I allowed it after that for a little while, concentrated on content, and then that's when I come back with
that.
These, and that's when it really with the hats
started selling.
These done well, man. So the whole Spartan thing, though, bro, you got to remember, people used to call me gay, and
why?
Because I'm calling my supporters. I'm in a van. I'm a regular man.
People are nuts.
I'm a regular guy, but I had to like. People wouldn't allow me then to call them fans, and I wouldn't allow it either. Like, who am I?
Yeah, it sounds
poncy.
But really, when you deep it, there's nothing wrong with it.
Of course not.
But brother, it feels like, I don't know, if I say fans, then
Chucks,
I'm like,
I was at a time where I and a lot of the people that were doing it, that's why they're not here no more. We got criticised. We were the first. We were the first that was the regular guy on Instagram, thinking we're funny, doing it, getting Spartans, fans, supporters, whatever they are, saying you're the man, when the next guy next to you could do the same thing. So there was a lot of name calling, and when we used to get the wigs on, you're Batty, man, this, that, and the other, and all of that, and we had to get through that. It's all good now. It's all good now, calling your people fans and calling. I see the biggest rappers, the hardest rappers, have named their supporters. When I done it, it was uncool, bro. But I weren't allowed to call them fans, and as I say, I didn't feel good enough or big enough to have fans. So you were my Spartans, because at the time people weren't letting me in the game. the grime dailies, the link ups didn't post me. In fact, they'll take my name off the shit. My watermark they would cut off. Yeah, all of this, right? So no, listen, that's the person that runs their accounts. It's not the people that own the thing. So it's no, I'm cool with them. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Posty.
Yeah, of course. Amazing platforms,
well,
right?
bro.
But even then back then, they had to work at it, bro. They had to do comedy and do like the viral things to build. And you see their page now where it's pure music and a few cultural things, but it's more music. But back then, they all had to jump on the comedy because comedy and the viral vids is what was leading the way. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's like these times there, no one really fucked with me, I believed, but I'm always a me against the world. I have to be like that to be going.
Sometimes that's how you get the best out of people.
I have to be like that, right? So when I had my little Spartans, my little supporters, but we would do a link and we would get like mad links, mad retweets, whatever, trending, whatever, right? At the time, and I'm saying Spartans assemble. It was like, right, I'm only on like 20,000 followers or 100,000 followers, but we're doing the same retweets numbers as the guy was with 1 million.
Yeah.
So that's when it was like the Spartans against the Persians. So that's where all that come from. And I used to rally them up. I used to get into the wig with the Spartan gear in my pants, like bare chest, like literally with my sword, big man. And you could imagine my brethren, because what I was doing at the time, I'm doing bits and bobs, bits and bobs. And then they're like, yo, bro, we saw you, like my mum was talking about you, like, and I'm like, yeah, man, forget that. Let's talk about the whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
They started delinking me, so I started losing a bit of money with that.
Right.
Trust me, it was a funny one, because them same people now I do birthday shouts to their sisters and their family members, and I don't hold nothing against them because even I didn't know what I was doing. You didn't know that in the future you become the Harry Panera of Chunk Phillies.
Yeah.
We didn't know this. You know what I mean?
You don't realize the doors that
you were
are
probably
opening
just
up.
show off. To be honest with you, attention whore.
Yeah. But there's loads of things that, like, when you're at the forefront of something, and you're doing something kind of early on, people may not get it, and then they will have their big opinions on it. I've had that a couple of times. I remember when I was trying to
Chatty
I've
Patty
had that. Yeah, I've had
remember?
that.
And now everyone's doing it.
Everyone's doing it now. Everyone's doing it now, and everyone wants to have a conversation with someone now. But bro, like the DJing thing, when I was building my thing up, trying to build my brand as a DJ, I knew. Do you know what? I didn't necessarily know that this was, I'm going to be doing a piece of marketing here. There was something instinctively inside me that was like, do this, it will help you. So when I was like giving out my free mix CDs, I'd get artwork and I think, do you know what? I don't want to just give out a mix CD just like that. So I got artwork and I put my face on it, and I had like my BB pin and all these type of things. Yeah. And I remember like at first giving them out, because people weren't giving them out like that. Yeah. They were looking at me like, look at him with his fucking face. Look at him. Like, he thinks he's this. He thinks he's that. But do you know what was happening though? When I was giving out thousands of mixed CDs and that, yeah, sometimes I'd step out or whatnot. Then someone would come up to me and be like, I know you. Where do I know you from? You got a mixed CD? Yes. Bro, your mixed CD's in my car, bro. The CD's called boom, 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 boom. So there was that. When I started the podcast, or when I started podcasting and not realising I was
podcast, what did we say though about when you used to wait outside Black Market, and you didn't know the faces?
Yeah, I didn't know the faces. So that might have all been in my subconscious as well. Like, I didn't know.
Crazy.
You understand? I wanted people to remember me. If you thought this was good, I wanted you to remember me somehow. Do you get what I'm saying? When I started doing the podcast, before I even realised I was podcasting, I was, having I was just chatting to myself to begin with. Then I was talking to a couple of artists, and I spoke with Wiley. We spoke for an hour, and I didn't know what to do with it. I thought, like, it's an hour's conversation. Like, people, trust, I'm just putting it out, innit? And then I remember when I put it out, people were like, maybe you should have just cut it down to 5-minute segments. Wow. It's a bit long. You get what I'm saying? Now, people are fiending for 3-hour podcasts. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? If I put up an hour podcast, they're mad. Yeah. But in credit to these people, it wasn't them. It was just the start of when you're starting something. And I'm not saying that I was the first to do it, but I'm saying that when you are doing something different and you're within the niche of doing it, then it's like, these opinions seem so big and they seem so loud, and it's nuts.
It's disheartening, and listen, it's that's why it's like them times there
Yeah.
are the toughest times, because that's when you give up. That's when most people will give up. When you're doing something in your brain, it's amazing.
Right.
Like you've looked at it, you've watched it back, you've listened to it, whatever it is, read it. It's amazing. And then these people that ain't as advanced as you, remember, they're not as advanced as you, are telling you that it's not great, and then you're listening to them, but they're not as advanced as you.
Right.
So then the weaker person believes it and says, you know what, maybe I tried, but this wasn't good enough.
Right.
It fucking was good enough. You was just ahead of your time, bro. And there's so many things like that. There's funny examples, there's crazy examples like Kanye West and skinny jeans.
Yeah.
Brother, I remember
that.
If
thing,
you
yeah.
wore skinny jeans, and I've got the tightest of tightest with my big 28-inch bloody thighs, yeah. But if you wore tight jeans, you got cussed so bad to the point where bad, bro, bad.
Yeah.
And Kanye went through that. Kanye stuck at it.
Still.
He says it in a few of his songs and whatnot.
still.
Like Kanye's quite bitter. You know what I mean? There's one thing that I'm talking about this, but I promise you, no ill will, man.
Right.
I'm so happy that I started back then and I'm still in amongst it.
Now,
I'm still clawing on to them guys, man. They still talk about me, still put me in. You invite me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I'm fucking grateful that I'm still in amongst it with these people, bro. I'm telling you, because a lot of people that started when I started, again, we're talking about, they heard all that stuff and didn't get that money and didn't stick it out, didn't send their girlfriend back to work in embarrassment like I had to.
Yeah.
Emma had to go back to work. I promised her, you ain't going back to work. And she had to go back to work.
Well, is that through the football stuff?
No, well, just after I was doing my thing and
Yeah.
whatever, I was in my van earning decent money, man. She didn't need to be. I was earning enough for the house, you know what I mean? And then I started doing this.
Okay.
I had to stop shit.
Right.
I got out the van, then you had to go back to work, you know what I mean? So
what was that like? How did that like? Did that make you for a moment feel inadequate? Did you feel like, because you know, like in those moments your brain starts playing tricks on you now, because you start thinking, you know what, I've already told someone that this is what the life's gonna be like, and you have it all set up in your mind in how it's gonna be, and then all of a sudden you feel like you've been derailed in some way.